Hello guys, Whispering Wind 2007 here. I've got a revised Lightsworn deck profile. As you know, I put that video up last week of that deck profile and, to be honest, it absolutely sucked when it was actually being used. And before I went to Worcester, I actually made some changes to that deck and took the deck to Worcester, and I was really bad. I'm not gonna lie, it was really bad. But you know, I'll take the positives away from it. It's the deck that I did use. When it worked, but it just didn't work often enough. And you know, I know what changes were needed, and I learned quite a few lessons from it. So it was an interesting tournament. So I did find out the deck was onto the right idea. It just didn't work out. But anyway, we'll go through the changes that I have made to this deck, and if you want to try them out online, feel free. It's actually quite a good fun deck to play online. Okay, so triple Judgment Dragon, triple Lumina, triple Raiden if I don't throw the cards face down, we're not Book of Mooning them. So 3 Raiden, 3 Goblinberg. That was one of the changes I made, taking to Worcester. I did the Goblinbergs because that really helped with bad hands, because that was something I did notice when I was playing the old deck profile a bit more, is the deck really sucked on its first turn unless you had like a recharge or a charge. So that really helps out on first turn or any other turn if you got monsters in hand that can't be normal summon, like your wolves and that. 3 Trick Clown, and I finally got a hold of the third Thousand Blades. So 3 Trick Clown and 3,000 Blades, a bit the Clown Blade sort of engine. I dropped out Hat Tricker because it just never got to my hand, and if it goes to graveyard it's just dead, it doesn't do anything for you. 2 Wolf and 2 Felice, so if you get those in hand, say you have them in your opening hand, you've got a Goblinberg in hand as well. Goblinberg helps out with those. 1 Aaron, 1 Minerva Lightsworn Maiden, 1 Garroth, and on the advice of some friends, they advised me to drop to 1 Lila, because they said I'm playing things like Twin Twister. That one I'm not 100% sure of at the moment, but I'll give it a try, see what they said. I'll do what they said and give it a try, see how that goes. But you can always up it up to 2 if need be. 1 Goblinberg. Goblinberg? That's not a Goblinberg, that is a glow up bulb. That's dyslexia for you, I can't read at the best of times, as evident by some of my videos. So yeah, anyway, so that's all my monsters. So I think is that 20, I wasn't counting as I go along, I think it's about 26, 27 monsters. I'll have to double check in when I review it. Spell cards, 1 Raigeki, double Instant Fusion, double Twin Twister, double Charge, triple Solar Recharge. So yeah, I've also, on the advice of some of my friends, I've gone back to the Instant Fusion build. As I say, it's another thing that helps out in first turns, just in case you do get the brick hands. But with the newer build, you do get less brick hands, but yeah, it can help in bad situations. So that's all my spell cards. Trap cards, double Breakthrough Skill, 1 Warning, 1 Strike. I'm not playing Bottomless anymore. I think it was just, unless you opened with it, it just wasn't good. So normally your opponent already had a board, and it's a card you don't want to top deck into when you're trying to play catch up. So yeah, that's the main deck there. Extra deck, 1 Minerva the Exalted Lightsworn. I'm just going to answer a few questions on this Minerva, because some people have asked me about this. Where did I get it from? I got it off of, I'm not going to name names here just in case they don't want to be named on YouTube, but I did get it off a very good friend of mine, and it did cost quite a bit. So, but she is worth it. She is amazing card in the deck, and I just feel the deck does not work without her. Or, well, it does work, it just doesn't work as well. Anyway, 1 Castell, I'm playing one Dark Rebellion XYZ dragon. There is a bit of a... It's a nice little thing to do if you're ahead. You can summon that. Say you got a Trick Clown as a material and maybe 1,000 Blades in the grave. Detach the two from there. Special summon the Trick Clown and the 1,000 Blades, and then you can just make Minerva. So that's a dirty little combo. One number 101, one Norden, one Nat Beast, one Ancient Sacred Wyvern, one Black Rose, one Michael, one Odd Eyes Meteor Burst Dragon. So onto level 8, it's got one Blader, one Psyframe Lord Omega, and one Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend. I've dropped Stardust Spark because it wasn't doing what I wanted to do in the end. It was taking up extra deck space, so yeah, I think there were better cards to play. One Trish and one Star Eater. Also, another thing about Star Eater, as I've said before, it works round the Solemn Strike or the Solemn Warning or whatever. It's a neat little card, I feel, and having a 3/2 attacking monster that is unaffected by other card effects when it battles is quite a good card. So I am liking Star Eater at the moment, and it is so easy to make in this deck. It's seriously easy. So yeah, extra decks, all of that. Finally, we get onto the side deck. Double Effect Veiler. I think that's a card that's really needed because of the Monarch matchups. I will say a quick funny little story from Worcester. I wasn't actually playing Veiler. I actually played Mystical Wrath Panel. I'd just done it for a complete laugh, and yeah, I actually ended up winning off of it because my opponent playing Monarchs activates Pantheism. I think it is the one that lets you draw two. I just drew the two cards instead. It was pretty hilarious, and that was it. It was game over from there, and that was his first turn, so it was good fun. Triple Iron Wall, again for your Monarchs or your Cosmo. Stop and banishing some cards to get like Prime Monarch and get the search off of Pantheism. Free Mistake, self-explanatory. Double Mind Crush, bit torn between 2 and 3. And it's the same with the Anti-Spell Fragrance. I'm torn between 2 and 3 on both of those. Mainly because, like with Pepe being hit, not seeing as many Pendulum decks, but when you go up against the Pendulum decks, Anti-Spell Fragrance is the card you need. And finally, 2 Galaxy Cyclone. So that is the deck profile. I'm going to see how this goes going forward. You know, it's trial and error with the deck, but this it's a good fun deck to play, and it's the part that I like about playing Lightsworn. People do say, why do you always play Lightsworn? And it's a fun deck to play, in my opinion. Some people say it's luck. I think it's good fun to play, and sometimes I think it's some of the best part about Yu-Gi-Oh! Is when you get these hands. They might not be ideal, but try to play with your hand and actually make something of it is actually quite good fun. And I really enjoy, I do enjoy that aspect of the deck. So yeah, thinking about possibly doing a Q&A session sometime shortly in the future. So if you want to send in some questions to me, and I'll try and answer them as best as I can. I'll turn that into a video in future. Just post them in the comments, and I'll make a video, and maybe we can laugh and all that and have a bit of fun. But anyway, for now, that is Whispering the Wind 2007 signing out.